Jai Shri Mahankal, Jai Shri Mahankali. Hello, friends, welcome back. Today we are talking about a very serious topic. That is, we are going to understand the concept of Saturn Sadesati, and we'll also see how Saturn Sadesati works, and uh, we'll also going to see is it really uh, dangerous, or as people are saying, Saturn's the time of Saturn Sadasati, the 7.5 years will be very tough for the person who is going through the Sarasati. So we will see is it really tough, or it will give you really good results. So in this video, firstly, we are talking about what is Saturn, and then we are talking about what is Moon, significations of Moon, and then we'll talking about all the three phases of Sadasati one by one. Uh, and after that, we'll talking about the Saturn Sadasati from the point of view of astakvarga. Without analyzing astakvarga, we'll never tell correctly whether the Sarasati will be good or the bad, whether it will give the malefic effect or the benefic effect. Apart from that, we will see what we should do to get the good results of Saturn Sarasati. Apart from that, also we will see some example charts and understand the deep concepts of Sarasati. So, Saturn rules our 10th house. 10th house, which is also called as our karma. What we are doing at our workplace has been ruled by Saturn only. So Saturn is also a planet which shows delay, because it is one of the slowest planet in our solar system, in our astrological solar system. So in Vedic astrology, we are considering only 9 planets, like 7 planets and 2 shadow planets, Rahu and Ketu. Among them, Saturn is the slowest planet, which will take around 2.5 years to complete one zodiac sign. And in Vedic astrology, Saturn is also called as a Nyayadhish, which is also represented as a judge, which will give you results according to your deeds. So Saturn being a judge will be very crucial for us. So uh, Saturn have three aspects. That is, from where it is sitting, it is seeing the third house, the seventh house, and also impacting the 10th house. So have the three aspects. Apart from that, so third aspect of Saturn is also known as Vakri Drishti. That means which shows hard work too. And if we see the third house, natural third house, which will also signify the hard work. So third aspect of Saturn is always say you should do a hard work. Like you will not get things easily. You have to show something to get things from that aspect. So hard work will be there. Seventh aspect is a general aspect, which will affect our partnership, our opponents. Aspect will be like good or bad depending upon the house ruled by the seventh. Uh, if it's the friend's house of Saturn, then the results will not be that bad. But then too, we have to consider certain parameters. The 10th aspect, and Saturn is also ruling the 10th house in natural zodiac of Kalpurcha Kundli, Mahankal Kundli. So the 10th aspect of Saturn is like seeing the karma bhava from its own. So which will show the nature of your work environment. your what you have to work, and where do you how did you work at your place. So these are the three aspects of Saturn. So one by one, in all the three phases, we will see the results of the all these aspects, which with correspondence to moon sign. Saturn is also one more thing we should consider is Saturn is a dry planet. So on the planet Saturn, like dry winds are blowing day and night, and it's a dry planet. So we have to consider this point. It will help in analyzing the result of Saturn further. Now we have talked about Saturn. The second main planet which will come into existence is Moon, which will impact our Sadesati. So, Moon. What is Moon? Moon rules our mind, our emotions, our feelings. Moon is the fastest planet, so it controls our mind. That is why Moon is transiting one house in 2.5 days only. So that is why our mind will change every day. One day we are so happy, other on the other day we are like depressed. So that depends on the moon, because moon is traveling very fast. But then too, our zodiacs are like when we born, that sign of moon is very prominent in a life of a person. So uh, now let's come to the Sadesati. So how does the Sadesati create, or how can we define the Sadesati? So Sadesati just means whenever Sa- Saturn in transit will transit the 12th house from the moon, over the moon, and the second house from the moon, as we shown in the figure. Uh, so in the first house, moon is placed. So from the 12th house, when the Saturn is transiting the 12th house, uh, uh, that is the first phase of Sadesati, from where the Sadesati begins. After that, over the moon, and the second from the moon. So Saturn transiting one house in 2.5 years, as we know. So, from when it is transiting 12th house, that is 2.5 years. Then the natal moon, that is 2.5 years. And the second from the moon, that is again 2.5 years. So, it's total of 7.5 years. And that is why it is called as a Sadesati, means 7.5 years of intense period. It will be good, it might be bad, depending on our own karmas, our own deeds, and the placement of Saturn. We will going to see what Saturn wants in that on those 7.5 years. It's so moon will be anywhere. Like if a moon is in the fourth house, then when the Saturn is transiting the third house, fourth house, and the fifth house, that time the Sarasati begins. So 2.5 years of the third house, 2.5 years of the fourth house, and 2.5 years of the fifth house. That is total of 7.5 years. That is called as Sarasati. Also, one more point we have to remember, as like Saturn is a dry planet, uh, and also the hot planet. On the other hand, uh, the moon is moon is very moon is a liquid. Moon rules the water. It's in the liquid state. It's a cold planet. It's just opposite of Saturn. So we will see how this affects. So Saturn is a dry planet, and moon is like our emotions. It is a cold planet. So whenever Saturn is transiting over moon, so that time the watery content of moon gets evaporate. That means in on human, uh, the effect is like emotions get scattered too much because moon rules the emotions. So we can take this way, like moon, the watery part of moon is our emotion. It's flowing, and Saturn as a dry planet, it will evaporate our emotions. It will create disturbance in it. So Saturn tell us like, do karma. I am the ruler of karma. I am judging what you are doing. So that is the main thing we have to see. Now let's see, like, we already discussed Saturn is the slowest planet and its effects long last more than the other planets, and also for the long time. And Saturn is transiting 2.5 years in one zodiac. Also, Saturn is planet of judgment. It judges what you are doing. And it is also rules our 10th house, that is our karma bhav. So let's see in this example, like in this diagram. So moon is a mind, and when the Sadesati starts, the first phase of Sadesati, Saturn is transiting our 12th house. So moon is our mind, and 12th from moon is the subconscious mind, or what we call it, it is a house of liberation. Also from the 12th house, we will see the hospitals, expenses, uh, and loneliness most of the time, because from 12th, there is a concept called every planet from its 12th negate the significance of its of that house. So if the moon is the first house, then 12th from it, so moon is your mind, your fulfillment, your enjoyment. So it negates your fulfillment, so you feel lonely in 12th house when Saturn is transiting your 12th house. Apart from that, it is the subconscious mind. So mind of subconscious mind, so Saturn is striking deeply into your mind. It is striking into your intuitions, uh, in your kundalini. So that is the most scary thing, because what Saturn try to do is, it is not covering the mind, it strikes from beneath the mind, like on the center core part of the mind, which is called as a subconscious mind. So Saturn firstly conquer or try to conquer the subconscious mind, then it will cover the whole mind in the second phase. That is why the Sati, and the Saturn is a dry planet, so it strikes our emotion from the internal part of our brain. It strikes the internal part of our emotions. So that is one of the main reason. And if we analyze the first phase, so Saturn, from the 12th house where it is sitting, in the house of expenses, so it looks like the expenses will increase. On the other hand, from the third aspect, it is looking at the second from the moon. uh, so second house is of the house of resources, house of money, family. We will see the family lineage from the second house, we will see the food from the second house. So in our subconscious mind, it strikes our money, our savings, our resources. So that is the one of the factor that will create so much of havoc in our mind, due to it's like, Saturn is saying from the third aspect, that is the Vakri Drashti, which is also known as doing, getting things by hard way. You have to do hard work for it. So that is why Saturn is saying, if you want money, you have to do a hard work. If you want resource, I'll provide you resources, but you have to do the hard work. That is Saturn is saying from the third aspect. So what this diagram shows is in the first phase, and Saturn is also the karka of delay. It will delay things. So Saturn is saying, I'll give you everything, I'll give you money, I'll give you resources, but it will take some time. The things will be delayed. And in today's world, no one wants to wait for some time. That is why the Saturn will affect the mind very, very prominently, either in a good way or in a bad way, both ways. Because uh, when mind come with your karma, your job, when Saturn and when the Saturn and Moon combines, that is one of the greatest yoga also. So if you see, which will give you a lot of determination in oneself. It will give you a lot of hard work feeling for you. It will make you the perfect man. But if you are being lazy, then things will be on the other side of the court. So let's see. Saturn dwells from the moon, so Saturn will give you time to understand yourself. Like at that time in the first phase, Saturn will tell you, observe the thing what I am doing for you and what I want from you. Apart from that, it also represent the expenses, represent the hospital, also represent the loneliness. Saturn being the dry planet, moon being the watery planet. So Saturn try to evaporate the water, strikes on the emotion. So, uh, if we see the aspects in this diagram, so as Saturn is striking on our subconscious mind, so when it aspects from the third aspect on the second house, which is a house of language also. And there is a one yoga which is also called as a Vipreet Raj yoga, made by Saturn when Saturn is in own house, maybe in Sagittarius, sorry, Capricorn and Aquarius, when the house falls in like 6, 8, or 12, that time there is one yoga which is known as the Saral Raj Yoga. In Saral Raj Yoga, Saturn is saying, you just try to be simple as you can, and I am with you. If you understand this yoga, when the Saturn is transiting your 12th, it wants you to become Saral, to become the simple. So when it is see your third, like second house from the third aspect, which is the house of language, so it will say, use your language very politely, be as simple as you can, don't be harsh on the people, don't be harsh on your family, don't be harsh on your resources. If you are getting harsh, then you have to suffer in uh, Sadesati. And also this is the house of uh, the second house is a house of food. So Saturn will tell you, be simple, don't drink alcohols, don't eat unnecessary things, like many times non-veg, but a lot of people eat non-veg, that's fine, but don't drink alcohol, don't smoke. Saturn is saying that, because I am in the house of liberation, I am in the 12th house, do what I say, do meditation, do be simple with and be very polite with other people. So this is the Saturn wants from your second, like we will say, from the third aspects. So uh, on this, if you do these things, then it will not affect your money, it will not affect your resources. On the other hand, if Saturn is showing some bad effects, then your money will hit for sure, your resources will hit, your family will hit, you have an argument with your family members for sure. Now come to the second point, the seventh aspects of the of Saturn, which is sixth from the moon. So sixth house represent from the moon is enemies, your job, your loans, your diseases, and seventh from Saturn, that is you are dealing with those things because they are your opponent. You are doing business with them. So Saturn is saying like it's sixth from moon. So if you are not become simple or subtle, then you and if you are not polite with people during this period, then you will make the enemies by speaking harshly. Also, you have to do a lot of hard work in your job because this is a house of job. Also, if you people are doing job, then Saturn is striking from the 12th on your job part. It will also the house of loans. If you are not become the simple, and if you are not agree to do a hard work, then your money will, because your second house and the sixth house will activate. So you don't have the money, but you, as your second house is activated, then you will take loans from the sixth house because loan is seen from the sixth house. So both the houses are activated that time, so you are taking loans for your own desires. So Saturn is saying, limit your desire till this time. Do karma, do lot of hard work, and be disciplined in this time. Then I am with you for sure. So this is the seventh aspects of the Saturn. So it will cover the mind will cover the enemies, obstacle, disease, loan, hurdles, and seventh also shows to deal in subconscious mind. So it is not in real like you are creating enemy in your subconscious mind. If you have an argument your family members or argument with at your workplace, so you will feel like people are getting enemy to me, but it is not actually happening because Saturn is sitting in the 12th house. It's going to be in your mind, in your subconscious mind, because people are treating you hard ways. Saturn wants everything to be learned so that it will give you fruit in future. So it will always do by hard way, like that is why you will feel like, yeah, people are getting very rude to you. Now the third aspect of the Saturn and first phase, that is 10th aspect from Saturn, and which is ninth from moon. So ninth house represents religion, god, and also traveling. Apart from that, Saturn is saying here, at your workplace, do things in a right way. Don't cheat people. Use dharma. No, do not use cheating. So they are, if you are surrender yourself in front of God, then I am with you. You have to show devotion. That this is all about ninth house. Also, Saturn is saying, don't argue with your father. If you are arguing with your father, because it strikes your house of money due to that, and it strikes from the third aspects, it strikes your resources, your family, and the head of family is your father. And as it is aspecting your ninth house from moon, it will say, don't argue with your father, don't fight with your father, don't disrespect your father. Going to the holy places, going to temples, going to church, that will be one of the most prominent thing, good thing for you. If you follow these instructions in the first phase of Sadesati, then there are a lot of good chances that your second phase and the third phase will be really good. So this is the extraction of from the first phase. So first phase give you resources. If it is good, give you Saturn will, before doing anything bad, Saturn will give you a proper and ample of opportunities to do things in a right way. Saturn will give you resources to do deal with your work, your businesses, to take the right decision. Saturn only says, "Be patient. I'll give you everything, but slowly, slowly." And Saturn is saying, "Be simple in the first phase. Don't cheat people. Don't over stress, and do hard work as much as you can." Because as Saturn is a moon is liquid, Saturn is dry, it affects our mind too much. Now come to the this is all about the first phase. Now come to the second phase when Saturn is transiting our natal moon, and this is the peak phase of Sadesati. So Saturn is transiting our natal moon, wherever the moon is. Either it is in the sixth house. So when Saturn is transiting the sixth house, then that is the time when Saturn is transiting your natal moon. So from here, when Saturn is transiting your when Saturn is transiting your natal moon, so Saturn being a planet of delay and moon is our emotion. So we are feeling like due to the first phase, we are feeling like because the effect of Saturn already start from when it is transiting the 12th house. So we are feeling like things are going everything is going slowly, everything is delaying, uh, things are not going my way. If I'm saying like if I thought like I'll done this work in 15 days and I'll get a hike, it will take like 2 months, but results will be good. But right now in Kali Yuga, people don't have that much of patience in them. So due to that delay, now it covers our from the subconscious mind. The Saturn is targeting our whole mind, our actual mind, where because subconscious mind is the internal mind, but our own mind, which is present all the time, which deals with the day-to-day life, has now under control of Saturn, and we think like everything is delaying. So here, what Saturn is saying is Saturn is also the hard work. So mind plus work, because it is combining with your moon. So mind plus work. Saturn is saying do a lot of hard work. If you are doing the hard work, then things will be going really fine. Because one thing we have to understand is Saturn is a planet of karma. It always Saturn in Sadesati don't want you to be lazy. If you are showing laziness, you will be on the radar of Saturn for sure. So if we see the all the three aspects of Saturn, like when Saturn is seeing from the third eye, from the seventh, and from the 10th aspect. So as Saturn and Moon are same, so third aspect is seeing the third house, which is also the house of traveling, which is the house of communication, which is the house of hard work. And as third aspect is a work drishti, which solely means hard work. You will get things by hard way. You have to when Saturn is seeing the third house, then there is double hard. Vakri Drishti hard work plus actual third house courage and hard work. So you have to do a lot of hard work. And sometimes people will travel a lot due to their second phase or first phase because of changing of their work and all. We'll see when it seen the 10th house from the 10th aspect. It is also the house of communication. So Saturn is saying, don't lose your communication. In the first phase, if you have fight with your friends, you fight arguments with your boss, you have fight with your family members, then Go and communicate with them. If you lose communication, your third phase will be really damaged. It will strike you really bad. So Saturn is saying, use your this time. Don't lose communication with people. Do hard work and go to the people and be simple, and don't lose communication either, because first time it's your subconscious mind. So now come out of your subconscious mind, be practical, and don't lose communication. If you lose communication, you will lose that person for whole life. So if we see, yeah, Saturn is saying do the pure hard work, because it's the third history of third aspect of hard work, plus the third house of courage and hard work. So, and there is a lot of traveling this time in that phase, and communication we have talked about. Also, Saturn is aspecting your seventh house from the moon, from the natal moon. So your mind, that is the house of your spouse, your partner, your opponent, your public gatherings, how public will see you, how your opponent will see you, or how you are presenting yourself towards your opponent. That is a house, seventh house. And being Saturn a dry planet, and your relationship is from the moon, your emotions, your love. Saturn is drying that everything. Saturn is creating, as it is a hot planet and a dry planet, it is affecting your relationship. It is affecting your business, your opponents. It try to dry everything from the combination of moon and Saturn. So Saturn is saying, if you are good in the first phase, you use your simple nature, your lovely nature, you present everything really in a good way, in a good manner. Then Saturn is saying, you have a good relation with your spouse, you have a good relation with your partner, you have a good relation with your opponent too. And if we solely talk about the second phase only, as the from the third house, third aspect, it is aspecting your like your third house of communication. Saturn is saying, be good in communication. It is normal, you had a fight with your spouse, you have an argument with your business colleagues, you have argument with the public, or your opponent. But Saturn is saying, be in touch with them, do communication. If you do communication with them, then things will be fine with your spouse. That is why everything is really perfect from the third and seventh. Do communication with your spouse regularly. If you had a fight, then too, go and talk to her. Do communication in a better way. Do communication with your partners, your business partner. That will make your things really good. Don't criticize people. If you do criticize them, then third phase will be really bad for you. Now come to the 10th aspect. 10th aspect, when Saturn and Saturn is aspecting the 10th house. 10th house is of the work, job, change, and karma. Uh, so Saturn is saying, if you are doing the hard work, then I will give you, like, for because it is aspecting the third house and the seventh house. Seventh house of business, third house of hard work. So Saturn is saying, if you do the hard work, if you do things in the right way, if you are doing things very courageously, if you are not being lazy, then I'll give you the promotion. You will be happy at your workplace, as I am expecting your 10th house also. So people might will get excel in their work at that time. There are a lot of examples, like many politicians will get success in the sade only, because moon and Saturn, the karma and the emotions combines together, and those people do hard work from like uh, if we say about the politicians, then those politicians are doing hard work from like 5 years, 10 years. They are trying to winning the election. They are doing good to the people, for the welfare of the people. So during that time, many businessmen, many politicians will get high high status during when Saturn is in the peak of their uh, Sadesati. So it is not always set. The Sadesati is bad. It always depends on how you are treating your Sadesati. Saturn will give you ample of chances. You just have to show the courage and the hard work. I am capable of it. So Saturn will surely give you the results. So here the Saturn is saying, if you are doing hard work, if you are good in communication, you are not losing your communication due to your first phase. You are going from your own and you are talking to them, then you will get a promotion. Otherwise, degradation in your work will be there for sure. Change of work, losing of job will be there for sure. So it's every coin has heads and tails, the good way and the bad way. So we have to understand what Saturn wants from us, and if we do accordingly, then that is the best time. So if we conclude the second phase. So second phase, the third aspect is a hard work opponent and the workplace, and Saturn is being sitting with the moon over the moon. So if we combine, if we are doing hard work and hard work plus communication with our opponent plus relationship, then our workplace and karma will, if our karma will be good, then that is the super time. Sometimes due to the lack of communication, relationship sucks. Like there is a uh, people will get divorced during that time due to lacking in good communication. So this is all the Saturn is saying. Just we have to understand all the aspects, uh, all the significations, what Saturn wants to deliver to us. Also, Saturn also from all the three houses. From the third house, it represents hands. From the seventh house, sexual organs or private parts, and 10th house, knees. If you are doing really bad in your first phase, you are not understanding what Saturn do, you cheat people, then you might have some problems on those parts of body. Maybe you are hit with some uh, might be disease, or you had an accident which will affect your knees, or your knees pain, or your hands will suffer. Something like that will also be shown in Sarasati. Now let's come to the final phase, where which is solely depend on the first and the second, the result of first and the second phase. How you feel, how you have done in first and the second phase. This is the phase when Saturn is moving away from your mind. Now the mind is getting better day by day as the Saturn is going away. So the one more thing, the peak time of the Sadesati is when the degree of your moon and the Saturn combines. When the Saturn is transiting over your natal moon with the same degrees, that is the very intense time for the Sadesati. Apart from that, if we see uh, Saturn, like final phase, when Saturn is transiting the second house of resources, now people is trying, because from the last 5 years, if the Sadesati is bad, let's take it is bad, then people will try their best to take all the resources, to take out all the money, because they lose the job. They lose the job, they are hit by their banks and all. So Saturn is sitting. There is one concept where the Saturn sits. It will not do bad for bad for that house, but where it's Saturn scenes or aspect, it will affect that house. So Saturn is sitting in your second house. Now Saturn is saying, I have seen you from 5 years. From when I am the 2.5 years when I am transiting your 12th, when I am transiting your mind. Now I am leaving your mind slowly, slowly. So now I am giving you the resources. If you understand what I want and what you will learn from the Sadesati, then I am giving you the resources. Or people, if they are hit really bad, then people are going to their family now. After 5 years, they are going to their family. They are saying, I don't have anything in my hand. Please help me. Please forgive me for my deeds from the past and please help me. No, their language will change automatically. They will become simple automatically. No, nobody wants to change him. Saturn only did all the hard things to them. So this is also the difficult phase because you are coming out of the Sadesati, the difficult phase. If the phase is good, then you are getting a lot of money this time because Saturn is transiting your second house. You will get a lot of money. You will have if you are simple in your first and second year, if you are creating that Saral Raj Yoga, then Saturn is saying you have a great time with your family right now. You have you will get something from family lineage because we'll see it is aspecting our eighth house also. So from the now Saturn is aspecting the first aspect is the third aspect, which is fourth from the moon, which is seeing the fourth house of mother, which is also the house of your resource, like your vehicles, your the resources which you made by yourself, which is the house of your vehicles, bike, houses, properties. This all things are has been seen from the fourth house, which is also the house of happiness. So Saturn is saying right now, as from the last 5 years, you are hit really hard in every domain of your life. Now people will try to go to their home and finds the peace. They wants to go to their mother or their home, and as this is a house of uh, your happiness also, because people will happy in their own house, so they'll try to find happiness from their own house also. If they have taken loan, then they will if the both two faces are bad, then they have to sell their property, their vehicles, their house to get the resources, to get the money which you have take the loans or your uh, for your expenses. Because Saturn being in the second house gave you money, but that money will be might be, if the phase is bad, then it might be by selling your assets, then also you are getting money. On the other hand, it is saying if you have done really good in your last two phases, then this time you will get a fruit. You will buy new home. You will going to buy new vehicle. You will going to buy a car. You will going to buy a property. You are making a lot of good time with your family because you have done hard work in your past. So this is the interpretation from the third aspect. No, Saturn is also aspecting your eighth house from the seventh aspect, which is the aspect which is eighth house from the moon. So Eighth house is a house of sudden accident. Eighth house is a house of depression. From the eighth house is also the house of occult science. It is very mysterious house. It is a house of remedies. It also shows astrologers, astrology. It is a house from where we see the property we get from the ancestors. The gain, it is the house of sudden gain also. It is the house of meditation. It is a house of liberation also sometimes. And so Saturn is aspecting your eighth house from natal moon. Now Saturn is saying, now people are being hit really hard from the last 5 years. They want remedies now. Either they go into the depression, first thing, if both the both their first two phases of Sadesati will be really bad, then they will automatically go into the depression. Due to that, long diseases might be due to that depression. Either accidents might happen, they will encounter some long diseases, long lasting diseases, because many people will suffer from diseases in Sadesati. This is the bad side. If we see on the good side, if we see, it is a house of adhyatma. It is a house of occult science. Now has been hit really bad from last 5 years, so people wants remedies, so they'll go to the astrologer. After 5 years they'll come to know, no, nothing is in our hand, we have to find the solution for it. So that is the house of solution also. So people will go and try to find the solution, the remedies, as it is a house of astrology. So that is why they'll find some pandits, they'll find some gurus, some teacher who will guide them, and they will also go the into the temples, into churches, or they become religious automatically, because Saturn is also the planet of dharma. So Saturn is saying, if you are doing good with your family in the past time, then you will gain property from your ancestor. As I am aspecting your eighth house, you will surely get a property, as I am sitting in the second house of money and property. So this is how you can change everything accordingly. If you understand the Sadesati very deeply, it is not always it is going to be bad. It's just your perspective, because Saturn wants hard work from you and you have to do a hard work. If you are feeling lazy, if you are frustrated, then things will be on the wrong side, really on the wrong side. Now Saturn is also aspecting the 10th from the 10th aspect. It is seeing your 11th house from the natal moon. So 11th house shows your friends, your unexpected gains, your diseases. Now in the second phase, you lose your job. Either you get a promotion or you lose your job. So now you go to your friend and you are asking, I don't have a job, please help me out. Or your friend will come to you, you are suffering too much from last few days, and you, as your eighth house is activated, you need some remedies and you need some help, some divine help. So it is going to your it is coming to you and asking, I'll help you, I'll find you a job, I'll find you the remedies, I'll find you the way. But first thing, you don't have to be harsh on your friends. Otherwise, this is also the phase of Sarasati. So it will say, either if both phases are bad, then in this phase you will lose your friends. You This is also the house of a small disease. Due to the depression from it, you will get some small diseases also. You will take some unexpected uh, unexpected steps which are not good for you. So this is a house of desires. If things are going good, you have done great in last two phases, then your fulfillment of all desires has been done. Your friends will come, they will help you, they'll find you a job, they will help in getting money. Everything will be fine. On the other hand, on the bad side, you will lose your friends. You will get some small diseases and things like that. So on the conclusion of the third phase, it is a combo of second house, fourth house, eighth house, and 11th house. So second house is family and resources. When we combine with the fourth house of home, mother, and property, and the eighth house of diseases, remedies, astrology, tantra, and property from ancestor, and 11th house of friends, gains, sudden gains, fulfillment of desires. So if you are doing good, really good with your family, so then you are feeling really good at your home, and you will get something from your property ancestors, and you will also get remedies from the astrologers, or you will find some great guru who might help you, and you have a good relationship with your friends who become your remedial partner, or you will gain in that. If you have bad deeds during Sarasati with your family, you are using harsh words towards your family, then it will affect your home. You will sell your property, and due to that, you will get into the depression, and due to that, you lose your friends, you lose the gains you will get uh, from this. So this is the whole three phases of Sadesati, that is 7.5 years. Now let's get analyze. This is we understand what is Sadesati and how we deal with it. Now we will also see there is a great way to analyze whether the Sade Sati will be good for common people or not, because everyone is not as courageous as some unique people. Some people, because all the five fingers are not of the same type. So for that, for those people, we have to analyze astakvarga. Astakvarga is a system of 8 points. The 8 points is given by seven planets and one lagna or ascendant. So those eight energies are there. According to those points, we will analyze Sadesati when it is transiting over moon, 12th from the moon and the second from the moon. So total points given to the Saturn by eight planets is 39. I am talking about benefic points. It's 39. It's less than from all other planets, because it is a planet of karma. So it will strike you hard. So everyone is not feeling well with Saturn. So it is only giving 39 points. And as 39 points involve eight energies, so if we divide all the energies in perfect segment, so when we divide it, it will give 3 points something. So on an average, we will take three as an average point for Ashtakvarga. Above three, like four, five, six, it will be a good result. You will get a good result in Sadesati. If you will get a 0, 1, 2, then you will get a bad result in your Sadesati. This is one of the concept to understand Sadesati also. But then too, doing hard work is the ultimate thing in this phase also, like on astakvarga also. If you are being very lazy, then you will also strike with some bad times. But and you can also change your sade sati by doing great work at the point of 0 and 1. So we will understand this. So if Saturn is giving 3 or more than 3 points, it will be good. and if it is going giving 5 and more than 5, then that is the best. Sadesati will give you good points, because these are the points given by all the planets, benefic points given by all the planets. So out of eight energies, if four are giving a good benefic points, then it is like your mind will feel good. It is not on the bad side, it is not on the good side. So we just have to check the astakvarga point of your natal moon, astakvarga point of Saturn from your natal moon, 12th from the natal moon, and the second from the natal moon, as represented in the diagram. If the points are more than 3, then the phase will be good. Now some questions arises in astakvarga. Does the first question is, does the whole Sadesati, whole 7.5 years will be bad? The answer is no. The sole reason behind that is Saturn will only activate and shows its results when it is activating in the its Ashtakvarga Kaksha. So Kaksha is a time, it is a segment when some planet will give a point, only that time Saturn will be activated. Other on the rest of the time it will be in the sleep state. So, but the second question arises is, so the first thing is result is only solely based on the kaksha. The second question arises is, if it is activating only for the kaksha, then why the result is so intense? Why only the Sadesati result is intense, not for the other planet will affect moon in such a way that Saturn is affecting? So the answer for that is like, in when Saturn is transiting one house, it will take around 30 months or 2.5 years approximately. And if we divide by the 8 energies, it will take 3.75 months, or approx 4 months. So if Saturn is activated in one kaksha, either it is bad or good, it results will show for 4 months. That's a huge time. If you are suffering continuously for the 4 months, 4 whole months. If you are getting good results, then you are getting good results for the whole 4 months. That is why the results are very intense. So if you want to know about know more about what is kaksha, what is the segments in ashtakvarga, I already made a video, so you can go and check the video in my playlist. Apart from that, as Saturn will activate in one kaksha for 3.75 months, almost 4 months. So that is why it will show the very intense results. So if we take the example, let's take the example to understand it deeply here. So Sadesati will start when Saturn is transiting 12th. On 12th, Saturn is giving 5 Ashtakvarga points. As we already discussed, 5 is the first phase with started with the 5 points, which is really good. For like time will be really good for the person, as every planet is happy. 5 planets are happy with the placement of Saturn in the transit. So you will get a good result. But on the same time, you enjoyed your 2.5 years. You being so lazy, you just enjoy. When the second phase come, here we can see the second phase is only getting 1 point. So whenever that Kaksha will activate in the second phase, it will strike you really bad due to your deeds in the first phase. That is why during those phase also you have to do hard work. You have to understand Saturn will give you ample of opportunities to understand what you have to do so that things will be on good side. If in the first phase, if you're doing really good, in the second phase, when the Kaksha is when it is activating, it is only giving 1 point. Then too, you are getting the good results only because of your deeds in the first phase. This is my analysis. Like I have seen a lot of people doing great with 0 points and 1 point also because of their hard work only, because they did not feel they did not cheat at the workplace. They are being very loyal, they are very simple during the harsh time of their Sadesati. So for example, if Jupiter is only giving 1 point, then when the Saturn is transiting from 3 degree 40 minutes to 7 degree 20 minutes, that time it will affecting because that 1 point is given by Jupiter and its kaksha is the second kaksha. The kaksha will each kaksha is of 3 degree 45 minutes. As I already mentioned, you can go and watch my video on kaksha on astakvarga. So yeah, and there is a sequence. Uh, every first kaksha segment of the kaksha has been given to the slowest planet, which is Saturn. Second is Jupiter, then Venus. Sorry, then Mars, then Sun, then Venus, then Mercury, then Moon, and after that Lagna. So it is from decreasing order of the speed, increasing order of the speed. First kaksha is always given to the slowest planet. So it is the point is given by Jupiter. So when it is giving activating in the second phase, from degree 3.45 to 7.2, that time it will activate and it will give really bad effect. And due to that, your whole sadesati of the second cycle will be ruined because you are not coming up from that. After that 3 months, after 4 months, Saturn will go into sleep, but it will strike hardly on those 4 months that you have to suffer really hard. And if we see the third phase, it is giving the 3 points. This is the average point, neither good, neither bad. It will give the average points, and it again depends on your past two phases of Sadesati. So this way, and it will activate when all three planets which gave the points. If Saturn gives the points, so as soon as it enter the second house, it will start giving effect. And so likewise, this is how we will using astakvarga in kaksha on Saturn Sadesati when it will give the bad effect. If some job changes there, we have to see when Saturn will be activating in the third phase. Then only we will say your work, you will get a change in your work. You will go for the remedy on those time only. That is the importance of Kaksha and Ashtakvarga in Sadesati. So some important points about the Sadesati as we are concluding our discussion over here. So some major points are when Saturn and Moon degrees are same, that is the peak time of Sarasati. Second is we also have to analyze the Mahadasha and Antardasha of Saturn. If it is coming during the Sarasati, the result will be very intense and prominent. Otherwise, if also we have to see the Mahadasha and Antardasha of Moon, as Moon is also in also contributing in the Sadesati. It's the two planets Saturn and Moon. So if Saturn Dasha is there, then the results will be very prominent, either on the good side or on the bad side. Or if dasha of moon or moon dasha or antardasha is there, major period or minor period of moon is going, then also you have seen some intense results in Sadasati. Apart from that, one of the best remedy I'll say, because in the early time, the karma is like when you do hard work, when you get sweating, when your body get when you're when you are doing a lot of hard work, so when your body is asking you for taking rest, that time you are doing your karma. So nowadays many people are working in banks, many people are working in working as a IT professional, so they just have to sit. uh, but Saturn wants do hard work, do physical labor. Saturn is also uh, the karka of physical labor. Saturn is also the karka of lower class society people. So Saturn is saying do physical labor. So if you are IT professional and you want to take good results from the Sadesati, start doing physical exercise, start going to gym for that particular time. When you are getting sweat, your 10th house get automatically activated, your third house automatically get activated, so the third drashti of Saturn become benefit to you. We have to see astrology very practically. We don't have to do remedies, go to temples and this and that. We will do it in our day to day life also. Like uh, plant trees during Saturdays, like people tree and all. So during Saturdays, that will also a good remedy. Apart from that, do a physical exercise. That is the best remedy for everyone during Sadesati. I'll highly recommend everyone to do it, whether you are doing hard work or not. It will compensate your other works. Like from if you're lazy at your work side, then doing exercise half an hour in the morning or in the evening will change a lot. Will give a prominent results of Saturn. Understand this. So Saturn also on during Sadasati, don't be lazy. Do as much as hard work as you can. Hard work does not mean you have to do everything 24/7. It's just like you should be disciplined. You have to complete your task at time. You have to be simple with other people. You don't have to be aggressive. This Saturn wants from your side. Also, as a remedy, you will chant Mahamrityunjay mantra for 1 or 8 times daily, majorly on Saturday, or you will do 5 Rudrabhishek on the 5 Saturdays during your Sadesati, which is one of the good remedy, as Lord Shiva is the teacher, the guru of Saturn. So if you are chanting, if you are following Lord Shiva, then Saturn will not give bad results at all. The second remedy is chanting Bajrang Band, which is very intense. So on Saturdays, if you have a lot of enemies during your Sadesati, if things are not going good with you, people are targeting you day by day, then recite Bajrang Band on Saturday, and also put a one lamp of mustard oil in front of Lord Hanuman. That is one of the good remedies. Apart from that, don't see in the eyes of Saturn during those periods. You can see, you can worship, but with devotion. not with aggression. You will hit by it. Apart from that, chanting the name of Lord Rama, Ram, Ram, Ram. So that is one of the greatest thing, as Lord Hanuman will get a boon from Shani, that all the disciples who is following you and who is chanting Lord Rama, he will not target those people, and Sadesati will not affect those people. Apart from that, we can offer oil to Lord Shani. And the second most remedy after physical exercises, donate something or do something to the older society of the people. Older society has been ruled by Saturn. Don't ever like disrespect the lower caste people, lower society, the peon and all. If you are just greeting them, your peon, good morning, good evening, then also Saturn will be really happy, because those part of society has been ruled by Saturn only. So donate something to the lower society of the people. Uh, or I can say, if you have grandparents at your home, take blessings from them. Um, uh, take blessings from your grandparents, uh, help them out, and also do good things with them, with your grandparents. So, and you can also go to old age homes and do a service on Saturdays. That is one of the again good remedy for Saturn. So these are the points. This all are the points I think regarding Saturn Sadesati or Shani Sadesati. So hope you guys like the video and the content and the descriptions. What I have given in my as per my research. Apart from that, if you guys need any, like if you are suffering from uh, Sadasati and you want some remedial measures, or you want like how your Sadasati will be, you can contact me. My contact information is in the description box. Uh, uh, Apart from that, if you really like my video, the content, then you can hit the bell icon so that you can get my future videos, as I am running 2 3 more series on, like one is on nakshatras, one is in one is on astakvarga, and how to see like when we'll find a job. All those videos are already there in the playlist. You can go and check them out. If you really like the video, please subscribe my channel, and do comments how is the content and how you like the video. And you will also give your suggestions, like if you want something, but if you want to know particularly something about any section of astrology, I'll try to make videos on those segments also. Hope you guys are really well, and during this COVID-19 situation. Please do subscribe and be safe. Thank you.